Okay, first thing I want to address here is I don't read the comments on these podcasts, but Kate does. And she told me that somebody said that my shorts are too short. So I wore them again just to say f*** you to everyone.
I don't think it's a big deal. I think that shorts should be...
I think they could be shorter.
As short as you want them to be. Yeah, I think you can be as short as you want them to be.
I'm going to wear underwear on the next podcast. I'm not even going to wear shorts.
I think we'll all wear underwear.
Whoever said they're too short, I'm telling you that you're too short. You're too short.
Oh, I guarantee it was a guy because a girl would never leave a comment.
Absolutely. Unless it was a girl who doesn't want men to be free to express themselves. And I don't support that. I think anyone should wear whatever the they want. And I also think men look better in...
I sound jealous.
I think men look better in shorter shorts too, so...
Shorter shorts. Okay, well, there was one more thing that somebody said in a comment about me. And this was from Jesse's video. Somebody said that I have a zesty voice.
What's that mean?
Aww.
I don't know what that means.
Zesty.
Yeah.
I know what it means. It means...
What does it mean?
It means I have a flamboyant voice.
It means they're saying that you...
Is that what it means?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Really?
I saw 2 comments about it.
Well, first of all, Jesse has definitely a homophobic fan base to some degree because a lot of the boys that follow him. I'm not saying his entire fan base, but he definitely has some like fratty homophobic boys that are following him. But he has such a big fan base now. It's like, I'm not saying that's all the people that follow him, but yeah.
I'm going to talk like this from now on.
No, Brandon.
I can talk with a really, really deep voice if I want to.
Brandon literally does not give a about anything.
Your voice is already so deep.
Yeah,
no. What? No, I really don't care, honestly.
No.
You can say I have a zesty voice, whatever the fuck
You
want. I don't
also-
give a shit. Just don't make fun of my shorts. Because you make fun of my shorts, I'm going to come to you.
I feel like when some people say that, it's because I don't know, that's the way they feel about themselves.
Guys, this is Dakota. It's my mom's girlfriend. It's our first time on the podcast. Big round of applause for Dakota. We need one of those buttons where you hit it and it's like makes cheering sounds.
Yeah, but she's also here because Claudia went away with Jesse to Colorado or something to see his sister. So it was going to be the 3 of us. And I was like, well, why don't you have Dakota on? Because we have a really good story to tell you. Kennedy hasn't heard any of this yet.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to just sum it up that I almost died.
Okay.
Again.
What was your near-death experience?
All right. Remember when I told you guys that I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and I can't breathe?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the last time I don't always read comments, but I happened to read a couple of them, and there was a dentist on there, and whoever you are, thank you, because he told me it was called OSA. So I looked it up, and it's a form of sleep apnea that mostly you get, like a lot of people get when they're like overweight or they have like, they can't breathe from like sinuses and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess I have sinus issues, but the other night, again, I woke up. And it's also when you sleep on your back. So when you sleep on your back, like something happens with your tongue and it relaxes in the back of your throat or something. And I'm not supposed to really sleep on my back. Stop smiling. It's not funny. It's funny, but it's not funny.
Well, because you're swallowing your tongue, basically.
Whatever happens, you should ask Kate about it too, see if she's heard of this. But all I remember is waking up and like coming up this way and being like suffocating. I literally am not joking. Apparently it's 20 to 30 seconds of it lasting like that. I don't know how long I had been doing it, but I sat up and I couldn't breathe. So much so that I wasn't even like, I don't know how people suffocate. I really don't, because they cannot. It's the scariest thing I think that personally that I've ever gone through and go through. But it's being suffocated is literally the worst thing ever. So this is my perspective on it. Her perspective was completely coming from another way. So
what was your perspective, Dakota?
So I was dead asleep, and all of a sudden I hear something. I feel something like hit my leg really hard, and I wake up, and this person is like almost hovering over me, and I'm like, what?
No joke. She
like
was like
literally, I could not, like, I didn't know what the was going on. Like a million things went through my mind. Like at first I thought I was like, the broken neck lady's coming after me, from Haunting of Hill House.
Bent neck lady.
Yeah, the bent neck lady. But obviously her neck wasn't crooked. And then the Ring or The Grudge where she goes, because she was making this noise that was like,
Oh my God.
so just imagine somebody
disturbing.
over you going, and I think her eyes were even closed. And I was like, is somebody in the house?
Kennedy,
I'm not
you
sure.
have to get on there. She's dying laughing. It's so funny. I want to hear her laugh.
Man, I had no idea what was happening, and all those things went through my mind. She finally like sits up, and her eyes are closed, and she's still doing like, and I'm like,
So
are you okay?
scary.
Like at some point it clicked that she was going through her like sleep apnea thing, so I was like rubbing her back and saying like it's okay, and it's probably like the dumbest thing to say, but it's also comforting.
not.
Like in my mind I was like, this is so dumb, it's not okay, it's not okay. Like I don't know if she's gonna die right now. And then like
Yeah,
it
it's
made
like-
me super emotional like the whole time. Like I wasn't freaking out in the moment, but like just rubbing her back and thinking like, oh my God, this is it. And then God, it was scary. And then as soon as she like took her first, like you could hear something in her throat like almost pop, like if you, I don't know, it was like,
I guess my tongue opened up my throat. I don't know.
yeah. And she took in a breath, and then I laid back and was like, whew, because it was
She
just,
said she started shaking and then she actually started crying.
yeah, because all the
'Cause
emotions
her
like
body
after
was
it
shocked.
was just like, it was just insane.
Wait, so how do you fix it? And then
Right.
two, what makes you able to breathe again? Like what happens if it just stays closed?
Right. That's what I was researching it all night.
Yeah.
So I was like 4:30 in the morning. I stayed up like all the rest of the morning to try and figure this out. Number one, there's really nothing that can be done about it except like machines. And I'm not going to be like hooked on a
Like
machine
a sleep apnea machine.
that I get this maybe once every 2 years. And what was going through my mind is like, okay, my abs are really strong. So I sat right up and I must have turned like that's why she said broken neck.
It was
'Cause I
creepy.
sat up and turned. But my abs are so strong. What if your abs aren't strong? What if the person's like overweight? They can't get up. Like how are they going to be?
Well, that's probably how
okay?
people randomly like die in their sleep from things like that.
Yeah, I was researching like, can you die? I
Well,
think
'cause
you
let's
can
say
die.
you have multiple comorbidities. Go ahead.
That's, first of all, that's terrifying. And God forbid that happens again, but you either didn't wake up or couldn't figure out a way. I feel like you need to go to a doctor for that.
I mean, even though it's once every 2 years,
yeah,
I
but
know what it is. It's like, don't sleep on my back.
But you've never had it that bad, or at least have something like next to you or something you can use to like bring you out of it, because
Yeah, her.
well, you don't know.
Well, I was thinking, I was like, I could open her mouth and pull her tongue forward,
No.
It's,
What if you did mouth to mouth and just blew a bunch of air
No.
into her?
I don't know
First
if
of
it's
all,
clogged.
Honestly, I think
Plunger.
that if you just relax and like I just like her knowing that I woke her up and she like knew what was going on, because this has happened before with her and 2 years ago. She didn't know anything that was happening, but this time she like knew, and I knew she knew. So that part of me, I felt a little bit calmer that way, and I knew it was going to pass. So like when she was rubbing my back, I'm like, okay. I closed my eyes because I'm like, it's going to happen. You're going to be okay. I don't know what
Wait,
it
so you
is.
couldn't
Do I
breathe
not
through your
open my mouth?
nose?
I don't know. I couldn't breathe at all. Like I was just like nothing was. I kept repeating myself like afterwards, trying to recreate it, and I like obviously can't do that because at the time you're mostly asleep, more than half asleep, and so you're not thinking about it. So I don't know. I don't know if this. Let me know if this happens to anybody out there because it's freaky. ENT
Yeah, Cory said,
and get a sleep study
Call
done.
an ENT and get a sleep study.
Mhm.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, but
I mean, I definitely want to look into it.
I'm curious if anyone in the comments would know anything about that, if there's like a doctor or anything. I'm just going to
Yeah,
start
I mean,
telling all
like
my
I said,
problems
the
on the podcast instead of going to doctors.
Well, like I said, the one doctor was a dentist and he said it was OSA. So I looked that up and I was like, oh, it's obstructive sleep apnea. And Like, I don't want that again.
Wait, so what's obstructing your airways?
The tongue, I guess.
So your tongue is just over relaxing and just you're kind of like swallowing it.
I think. And it also said, like, I hope not.
Wait, so what if you just stick your tongue out?
Well, they said something like, it was so weird because she said something like, tape your mouth shut. I'm like,
No, people.
what does
people
that
do
have to
that.
do with
People
anything?
do
And then
that.
Jesse did it
People do that because
for snoring.
yeah, but also because sleeping with your mouth open is, I forget why, but it's really, really bad for you. I don't sleep with my mouth open, but if you do sleep with your mouth open, Mom?
I didn't think so, but she says that I do sometimes.
Yeah.
So I grind my teeth really bad. So this one time I went on Amazon and it was like trying to find solutions for it. So I was just like, I'm going to go all out one night and do everything. So I put like one of those grinding guards in my mouth and then I tape my mouth too. 'Cause there's like mouth tape.
Oh, yeah. I saw Jesse use it.
Yeah, I woke up like freaking out. First off, I could barely fall asleep because I felt like I had like all this in my mouth.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and I just felt like terrible and got a terrible night's sleep. And I was like, I can't
Brandon,
keep doing
why?
this. But I ground my teeth really bad.
Why would you put a giant mouth guard in your mouth? Was it like a big mouth guard?
Yeah, it was pretty big because it's one of the universal ones. It's not
yeah,
like fit
so
in
I
my
know
mouth.
what that is because I used to have to sleep with that because I would grind my bottom teeth really bad and they'd wake up super sore. So I would sleep with that, but you literally feel like a fucking hockey player. So I can't even imagine having your mouth taped on top of
Yeah, and they're thick. Like it goes in like your back teeth or your molars or whatever, and there's just like this thick pad. So you're like, and then your mouth's taped. So
I would think you'd choke from that.
Well, I was scared I was gonna swallow it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I was like, have people swallowed these? Because like if it moves around in your mouth, you
it
probably
doesn't
can
really move
swallow it.
around.
So just,
I feel like if it's, did you mold it?
There's no mold. This thing's like very loose. I can send it to you on Amazon.
Well,
but
I
no, this wasn't a boil one.
there's one that
just-
I
It
ordered.
doesn't sound like you should use that.
There's one I
anymore.
ordered where they send it. You like pick. I think it's like $100 where you pick what thickness you want, and they send you it, and you take a mold of your teeth, and then you send it back, and they make the thing for you, without you having to go anywhere.
Yeah, that sounds better.
I was gonna say, do you ever wake up and from grinding your teeth and your ears are like ringing?
Not anymore, but I hear beeping in my head literally all the time.
Oh my God.
Beeping. Yeah, that's the simulation. Whoever's controlling you is
Oh, man.
like left, right, X,
No,
Y,
the
Z. That's the
the
beeping
other
you
day-
hear.
I
I
actually
heard-
hear that sometimes.
I think it's something like TMJ related or something, which when last time I went to this dentist, he did tell me that I have like slight TMJ or something, but I was just like, I don't care because I don't really feel anything. But I heard such a loud ringing in my head the other night. I literally thought like there was something wrong with my brain.
It's usually tinnitus from listening to music too loud.
Really? Tinnitus from listening to music too loud, Cory said.
I definitely get it from grinding my teeth. Like
Yeah.
really.
Well, I can hear
badly.
my heartbeat in my ear sometimes.
Everybody can.
I feel like
You ever
everybody can
hear
do
that?
everyone,
yeah.
Like a
Mom, if it's really
pulse?
quiet in the
It-
room, then you can hear your heartbeat.
No, in my ear though.
Yeah, that's just if you're
Like,
like
without even holding it closed.
Like in my canal or
I
something.
think that's
don't
if like
know.
blood
like 'cause you're
rushes.
small.
If blood rushes to your head or something.
Yeah, like that. Like something like that maybe.
Like when you do a handstand.
No, I don't do handstands anymore.
I was telling Yesley the other day, Yesley and Scarlett, or maybe and her sister too, because we were hanging out with her and her sister, and obviously talking about how our moms knew each other before we ever knew each other, which is just crazy. But I was telling them how after you went through like a really hard breakup, you became obsessed with salsa dancing and would stay out until like 4 a.m. and would came in my room that one time looking for my Zofran for nausea because you had
What is
drank
that? Was
so
I
much.
nauseous?
Because you
Oh.
would drink too much and you were like super sick.
I probably span around too much. Spun. Is that a word? I don't even
No,
know.
you drank too much.
Spinning.
It's fun.
You would literally
And
come
spinning
home.
with dancing.
She would party like she was literally 20 years old. And then that's a perfect example of.
That's how I met Dakota.
I know, and thank God for that.
Well, we
but-
didn't get that drunk.
Well, no, I'm glad everything happened because if you wouldn't have hurt your neck, you would not have stopped.
Probably not.
Like you literally needed.
I probably would have competed. I probably would have ended up like I was on a roll. I wanted to raise money for a charity, like through dancing, and I had a partner that I was going to start practicing with.
No, I mean,
Yeah, I was going to go flying in the air.
it's.
Flying in the
I
air.
never even saw you salsa dancing. Maybe we should go salsa dancing one time.
Yes. Oh my God, in New York.
Wow.
That would
Yeah.
be
New York's
fun.
actually a really good to go. Good place to go.
I've
salsa
never done
dancing.
it, but I
Yeah, I
feel like
went,
I would be
like,
good
once.
at it.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I think you'd be good. As long as you can follow somebody's lead, it's pretty easy.
I mean,
For a girl, it's
I'm gonna
easy.
start
For a guy, it's
practicing.
not.
You should. It's a lot of fun.
I know.
It's
Very
all over
free
YouTube.
feeling.
Yeah, just pick a video on YouTube. It'll teach you.
Doesn't
literally, like,
Kendi look
so
like
easy.
she could have been like a ballerina or something
Yeah.
in another life? You kind of have the ballerina
fairy.
physique.
Yeah, I do.
I don't a fairy. Fairies aren't real, Mom. I know there's one on your arm, but
Yes, they
No,
are.
When have you seen a fairy in
Mom,
person?
do you remember when I was younger?
Halloween.
Mom, do you remember when I
Yeah.
was younger and I was a kid and I wanted to be a dancer, and she signed me up for Zumba classes, and then Brandon and Claudia made fun of me so much for wanting to do Zumba classes that I didn't go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being
I probably
Zumba.
still would make fun of you for that.
It was exactly. It was. I was probably like 8 or 9, and I wanted to be a dancer. And Mom was like, "We can do Zumba. You can do Zumba classes at this JCC or something." And then when
Oh yeah.
Brandon, it was probably mostly Claudia, but I know it was probably Brandon too.
Kennedy,
Not
Kennedy, I literally played Grumpy in the Snow White.
Yeah,
when I
that
was
was
a kid.
awesome.
So that's way.
Do you think
worse than
9-year-old
doing
me
fucking
gave a
Zumba.
you played f***ing Grumpy? No, I wanted to take
You
Zumba
probably
classes,
didn't
and my
know.
2 older siblings that you guys basically controlled my life until I was like 16.
You should not have
That's
let
how
them
it
do
should
that.
be. That's how it should
You
be.
shouldn't
Look
have
at
let
you now,
them do
Kennedy.
that.
Look at you now.
Yeah, I could have been a professional
living in
Zumba
New York.
dancer.
And that's why she's so rebellious.
Do you think that's why?
Probably
I think
from
it's
you.
just
It's all your fault.
baked into her DNA. Like you said, she was rebellious as a kid, grumpy kid.
I wasn't
She was a grumpy
rebellious.
kid. She could have played.
Rebellious is literally
No,
the
I
like-
guess Claudia was.
rebellious is the worst word to describe me. I am not rebellious
just
at all,
to them.
unless someone tells me what to do and I don't like them.
Like now you are. Now, like if somebody tells you what to, I know better. I'm like, okay, if I want Kennedy to do this, I'm not gonna tell her she has to do this. I'm gonna tell her the opposite.
Mom, you don't want to tell her. What
Yeah,
you're
why would you
doing.
tell me
gave it away.
You're right. Yeah. No, you just gave it away.
Now I'm
'Cause then
fucking
I'll turn
3
back.
steps
She'll
ahead
never
of
know
you.
if I'm. No, then I'll go back the other way
Yeah,
again.
now
You'll
Mom
never
thinks
know.
she's doing reverse psychology, but now you're aware, so this is all going to get
You
convoluted.
can't out psychoanalyze me.
Oh.
I
she's
believe that.
challenging
I'm
you,
not
Mom.
trying to.
You want me to do something?
Or by saying that, are you actually? Oh,
Mom,
I
if
see.
you want me to do something, don't text it. Call me until I answer and tell me face to face.
Yeah, Dakota.
Why are you looking at me?
What is
Okay,
that
I'll call
look?
you
What is
as
the
soon as
look that you
podcast is
two
gone.
just shared? what
We'll
was?
tell you later.
I have a question about texting versus calling. I don't know. This could be whether you're in a relationship or just like with like between friends or whatever. I have never been good at texting. I like talking on the phone more. So my responses are normally like pretty short most of the time. Like for example,
That's because you're an old soul.
when I'm not with Kate and she's at work, like she likes texting back and forth, but I've never been like the
I don't
texter.
think
Is it that
that's
she
be-
likes it or she
I don't
has
think that's
to?
because he's an old soul. I think that's literally just some people are like that. Some people. I think Brandon's impatient and has a low attention span, and he also
That could be
low
it, too.
low attention span, meaning he only cares about Superhuman, and if that doesn't contribute to Superhuman, he doesn't care about it.
Yeah, he texts back right away with superhuman stuff.
Yeah, I was like,
He's on
wow.
point.
Well, okay.
Look at
The
this.
main reason is because I'm always in the middle of working on it, and that's probably why. So I don't have to like change my train of thought. So if somebody texts about something else, I try to compartmentalize things. So if I'm working on the app and somebody texts me about the app, I'll respond right away because I don't have to like change the way I'm thinking. But if somebody texts me
Yeah,
about something else that has
that's a
nothing to do
perfect
with it,
example.
I have to like pull myself out of it. That's not necessarily low attention span. That's that I don't want to keep like switching all over the place.
No, I was gonna say that's a perfect
It's
example
distracting.
of women being better multitaskers than men.
Right.
But who gets more
I was
done?
just going to say that.
I don't know, Brandon.
I don't know.
Who does.
I don't
Why
know.
don't you
I just
answer
don't
that?
think multitasking is that efficient. Like if you can compartmentalize.
Of course it
Well,
is.
did you know
if you're
it's-
gonna do something, you have to have absolute focus.
Did you know it's physically impossible for your brain to multitask? I learned that in psych class when I was in
Yeah.
high school.
Yes. Exactly. You're switching between multiple thought processes. You're not like parallel processing what
Yeah,
you're
I
thinking.
still don't know if I
can
believe that.
definitely switch. I can
don't think
switch
I've-
gears
I remember
quickly.
the second my teacher told me that, I was like, I'm gonna choose not to believe that because I feel like that just seems.
Okay,
like,
so let me ask you a question here. Let's say you have 3 things to do, right? Let's say that you're going to do all of those at the same time. You're going to keep switching back and forth. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 until they're all done. Or the other method, you do the first thing, you finish it. Then you do the second thing, you finish it. And then the third thing, you finish it.
Well,
Which one do you think is going to be more efficient and lead to you finishing all 3 things faster?
I
I'm not
think
like that.
cross training's great.
Yes. There you go. Wow.
So, no, it just doesn't work because
It does work. When people cross train,
No.
they get really good results.
I'm not talking about training.
That's cross training in your brain.
Brandon, you don't have ADHD, so you don't know you don't know how hard it is to complete one task.
Yeah, but that's not my question though. My question is what's more efficient because in my opinion, you have the overhead of having to switch between different things. Like you're resetting every time you switch to a new
It depends on the person.
task.
Everybody works differently. You work best with like that.
Exactly.
I
I
work
understand
best.
that different people have different things. I'm asking what's overall more efficient, regardless of
can't
how
answer
you
that.
operate.
No,
your
I
thing.
think I think you're missing words at the end of that sentence. For you.
Yes.
Right. I think it comes down to each individual person because for you coding and you making sentences is 2 completely different things. So your brain for coding, like if you're coding and then you go answer this message, you'll probably write back in code.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So you have to like,
It's like a different language.
and then fix
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're a mother, you have to be able to change a diaper, feed the other kid, and go answer the phone and do some kind of business deal on the other side there.
I do.
All together,
Okay,
all one
yeah,
after the other.
That's true. The context does
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
for that because like if you're feeding a kid and then it like shits its pants and you like just let it keep sitting there as you're doing other things because it hasn't taken.
Oh my
I
God.
see what you mean.
What kind of father would you be then?
I feel like that's honestly just the way that women's brains naturally think, though. Like I don't know how much of my like flitting from one thing to another is actual ADD and how much of it is just like me as a person. Because
I think women are just always like to do multiple things at one time because we're just good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know
and
what I
I
mean?
think
like,
we're made for it because I'm telling you, it always goes back to the same thing.
yeah.
That's why women can get pregnant.
Mom, have you guys
Or is
ever
made
watched?
for that.
Have you guys ever watched Fargo?
Yeah.
The show?
Fargo.
Yeah, you saw it. The
Oh
hammer.
yeah.
But have you seen? Have you seen all those seasons? Because every season.
I've seen the first season. I didn't
Okay,
care
well,
about the second
you should
season.
watch the most recent one because Scarlett just rewatched it with
Really?
me, and it was really good. I think you guys would really like the most recent season.
Is it? It's slow in the beginning, though, right?
The latest one?
The latest one is kind of slow in the beginning,
No,
right?
no.
Is
feel
there
like-
a new
I
one?
thought we
I feel
tried
like you
to
guys.
watch
I
it.
feel like you guys don't have much time to watch it. You're on your 4th round of Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, maybe when they finish the 6th round.
I mean,
I don't know.
watching-
I
we're
like
going
it
through-
because I come home and my brain works.
Kennedy, you and Scarlett should try to play it together.
No.
It's
I
so
already
cool.
played it.
It's
You
awesome.
should.
I don't want to play it anymore.
Oh, you
I'm
didn't really
done
play
with it.
Do you guys play
Well,
Scrabble
I'm
every
not-
day?
Yeah, pretty much.
See, I couldn't do that.
She can Scrabble, but she can't play Hogwarts. I don't get it.
This morning there was a Microsoft hack.
It's probably
Apparently.
some kind of internal
Wait,
test.
did the
that-
last episode get posted yet?
No.
Oh, so
Why?
people haven't even seen the voicemail stuff?
No, we're delayed by a week.
Oh, yeah, we
because
doing that?
We posted one with Dad. We have more voicemails we can play and respond to. We probably should today.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, people haven't seen the voicemails yet, Candy. But we're going to do it as a reoccurring bit. So, I mean, go to the number in the description, leave some voicemails. We'll answer your questions.
Should we do that now?
Sure. Pull it out here.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Okay, I keep getting so nervous. Hi, Walsh family. I have recently been trying to get into fitness more and like starting my fitness journey. So I just wanted to ask like how you guys stay motivated and like just get yourself, like what got you into fitness and how do you keep that motivation? I know obviously it's probably not every day and there will be days where you don't feel as motivated, but I just want to start that journey, and I feel like I keep starting and then I'll stop for a few months, and I want to stay consistent. So yeah, thank you guys. Love y'all.
So I have a solution that's
Oh.
perfect for you.
I knew what you were thinking. Literally on your head.
No, I'll
Yeah.
let you start with this.
No,
one.
that was a perfect question.
We'll start from when you were younger.
I think
kids.
Kennedy should answer it. She's the most active.
Oh yeah, that is true. Kennedy's a power
I literally
lifter.
put my microphone down for this question. I was like, well, I'm not going to use it.
I know. I saw you. That's why I said it.
Okay.
But you're walking more. That it has to
Yeah,
be some.
she is walking more.
I moved to New York so that I could be more active because I hate working out so much. And now I just go on walks and stuff like every day. That's how
I'm
I
just
stay
glad
active.
she's walking.
All
and
right.
she's somewhat
I'm zoning
active.
out now. I'm kidding.
So I started really young because my mom was working out. I remember I worked out at an all women's gym, and then I worked out at a regular gym, and then I met their dad, and we met at a gym. So working out's been all of my life, and I just couldn't. I remember taking a class and seeing like a couple instructors that were pregnant and had their babies throughout, and I was like, that's going to be me one day. I'm going to work out. I'm going to stay in shape. And I just come from a family that cared about the way they looked and health and all that stuff, and just did it. Like, it's just been a part. I think it's just been like brushing my teeth. It's been part of my life. So I can't imagine not working out. And like, there has been times where, you know, you're tired and you just don't feel like doing it. Or if you take a day or two off, that's fine. You can take a week off, that's fine, but always get back to it. But ever since I've been on Brandon's app, Superhuman, I have not skipped more than maybe 2 days, I think. I think it's been like, what has it been? How long have we been on there?
like a year.
We've been on there a year?
Damn.
No, we have
Well, I've been
not.
working on it for
No,
over a year.
how long have we been on there? Maybe like
I would probably say a year.
It
yeah.
has?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Last
think it's been a
October,
year.
I think I got on.
You were like the first testers,
Really?
basically. It's been almost a year of actual like beta testing. But,
Damn.
Yeah. You were like the
Alright.
first people on. I'm pretty sure.
All right. Well, she has a really good story because she was, go ahead, you were.
Yeah, so I was really overweight, and I was almost like 200 pounds, and I had to do something, so I started running every day, even though that's probably like one of the worst things you could possibly do for somebody that's overweight, but I didn't really want to lift weights, so I started running every day, 2 miles at a time, then it got to 4 miles, and after that started getting into weightlifting because I wanted my body to look a little bit, you know, more cut and defined versus just a runner's kind of physique. So, you know, and I think once you were heavier, you don't ever want to go back there. So there has been times where I did, you know, give up because of life getting in the way, but you just got to find that motivation within yourself to just keep going. And that's kind of what I did. But really what's kept me in the game is Superhuman, and I'm not just saying that because it's
No.
Brandon's app whatsoever. It's literally one of the best apps, and it keeps you on point. And I've used other apps out there, they just never worked. Other programs, Beachbody, this and that, it's just there was nothing that kept me wanting to come back for more, you know. So, and then
Dakota, I
after once
have a
you track
question.
everything,
I have a question for you. What it is
Sure.
about Superhuman that keeps you so motivated?
The biggest thing is everybody else finishing, and like when you see somebody finish their workout, it's like, especially somebody that like Kate, that's an ER nurse, and she comes home and she works out. I'm like, I have no excuse. I might be in the car driving hour and a half each day, working 8 hours, but I just feel like I don't have an excuse. So seeing everybody else work out, it's just like the biggest motivator for me, and especially for her, like, you know, the age gap here, and she's working out. I'm like, oh, you know, what am I doing? I don't want to just sit on the couch all day and do nothing. That's what I want to look better. So the biggest thing on the app is everybody else hitting done and completing their
I was
workout.
just going to say, that's my favorite part, is that button when you hit done. Each thing you can hit done, and you don't have to think. It's literally, I just told this guy today that when I worked this morning, I said, it's like having a personal trainer right in your back pocket, basically in your phone. So
Yeah.
I feel like with anything, and this goes for working out too, it's about where the motivation is coming from. If it's coming from wanting to look better or the way people are seeing you or whatever, it's like you kind of just have to feed off of that and use it as motivation. Because for me, it wasn't like when I tried to get into fitness, I didn't care about transforming my body really. I just wanted to like feel better and feel like I was being active, and it just wasn't for me. Working out is just not for me. I don't enjoy going to the gym. I don't like the environment. I don't like doing workouts. It's really boring to me. And I've tried so many times to get into it and I haven't. So then what I did was found whatever worked for me, which is living in a walkable city where I can go to the park and go on hikes and walk miles to a store or whatever. So, yeah.
No, it's cool. But I mean, I'm sure your body changes a little bit from that. It has to.
Oh yeah, I'm already
gotta be getting
I'm
stronger.
already more toned and my abs are more prominent, but I'm also just lucky.
Well, here's the way that I kind of look at it. Like, so a lot of people, they work out because they want to be as big as possible or as ripped as possible. But like, I think the main thing is in terms of longevity and then actual just quality of health, especially as you get older, because people don't realize that like the amount of muscle mass you have is directly correlated with how long you're going to live. That's literally what holds your bone structure together. And then how healthy you're going to be as you continue to age. And you can avoid a lot of problems by just simply going to the gym and getting in that habit of actually going and building that muscle. So the way I look at it, one of the things that keeps me motivated is I want to be like the 60-year-old guy who's in shape like a 20-year-old guy and can do everything that a 20-year-old can do, maybe do it even better. So that's one of my motivating factors, because inevitably you're going to age. People don't think about this. Like one day you're going to be like
it happens
70,
quick.
80 years old and you're going to be like, shit, I wish I worked out my whole life because I'm literally like a sloppy mess now.
Yeah, I'm not allowing my body to get to that.
And it has effects on your brain, not just your body, but the way your cognitive processes, literally everything. And then in terms of what I think universally works the best for people, and based off of what I've learned from like testing with this app and like talking to everybody and everything else, is having a social circle that you really care about, and then seeing that social circle also making healthy improvements in your life. Kind of like what you said. That's what motivates you the most. So there's multiple things, but for me, it's mainly I want to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible. And then I want everyone around me to also be as healthy as possible, as long as possible. And then when I see other people making those good decisions, it motivates me even more to stick to it. And I feel like it's kind of like this chain reaction where somebody sees somebody else do a workout and they're like, oh, I should do that now too. They do a workout, and then they in return inspire other people around them to do the same thing. And it kind of creates this like pay it forward effect, like that movie, like a butterfly effect.
Brandon.
And that can happen at a very large scale.
I could see you doing a TED Talk about it one day.
That would be cool.
With like,
let's launch the app first and prove that it works.
I've already proven that.
It'll work. And it's going to be free, right?
Yeah, it's free.
So people will have no excuse.
It's free, but there will be ads, but you can remove the ads for pretty cheap. Right. So that's another thing. Like I don't want to make a whole bunch of money off this. There's going to be creators on the platform, and there's going to be a revenue share the same way that YouTube works. But I want as many people as possible to have access to it and be able to use it. Like, it's going to exist for iPhone. It's going to exist for Android. You won't have to pay to use it. Like, there's so many programs that exist. Like when I was younger, I did like P90X and Insanity and all those. You have to pay for them in order to do them.
I forgot about those.
Yep.
Yeah, I did like every
them.
workout program possible. When I was younger, before we did YouTube, I would buy YouTubers programs, like David Lade's program, who's Jesse's friends with now, and like all these other people. And I would do them for a week and then stop doing them. But I spent so much money on all these things.
Yeah.
And I never stuck with them.
And that's why you're the best person.
Like, okay, something's.
That's why you're the best person to create too, because you were a consumer before you were the creator of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yep,
and I've been working out my whole life because one, dad made me do it when I was a kid, but also I literally grew up with both of my parents in a gym. I would go to the daycare at the gym all the time.
Yeah, we spent so much time there that I painted a mural so they would see mommy's artwork on the wall and want to go there.
Also, mom,
not wanting
my
to go
entire life, you have been like in insanely good shape. Like, I've never not seen you with abs. Like, in my head, you're just like,
really?
Yes. even when you like gained a little weight, which is what you say, that's your words, not mine.
Oh yeah, because you were the last baby. You didn't see me
Right,
pregnant.
but you were just always like going to the gym.
That's pregnant. That doesn't count.
Yeah, but even so, like when you're pregnant, your body changes, extremely changes. For some,
That's why it's even
some
more
don't
impressive.
change at all.
It's even more impressive. You had 3 kids.
Yeah, I think it was challenging.
Well, that's the thing. I think you're proof of if you take care of yourself when you're younger, then when you're older, you're going to be in a much better position than other people.
And that's the
your
thing
age.
too, is
Like, I'm sure
we came from 2 fitness obsessed parents who also really care about the way they look. So it's like naturally we're going to get that too.
But here's another thing that you should remember, that people always have ups and downs as well. So like both of you, like you and dad, were super into fitness, but there was one point where dad wasn't and gained a lot of weight.
And he was also really skinny at one point.
Yeah. So you always have your ups and downs. There's going to be times where you can't work out or be active for like a long time, maybe from like an injury or something else, or something really serious is going on in your life, and you have to take a little bit of time off. That's like a natural part of life. I'm sure you didn't work out as much when you had the 3 of us kids and you had to go do jobs all the time. You probably weren't working out quite as much.
Maybe not, but I think I remember being pregnant and working out all the way to the end, because I was teaching aerobic classes. People would come up to me and I'd be like 8 months pregnant, and they'd be like, "You killed us."
Oh my God, Mom, that's
I'm like,
insane.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's
really
awesome.
crazy.
I feel like
And
I wish
all the way through each one of you.
I wish I
Yep.
could have seen that at my current age.
Can you imagine this pregnant girl? My dad would say I didn't look pregnant from the back, and as soon as I turn around, and like it's like bam.
No, I wish
And
so
I'd be, like,
badly that I could see you
Teaching
pregnant.
20 some people. Yeah.
See, and I feel like
I
that's how
pictures.
Claudia's going to be. Like, Claudia's probably going to have
Oh,
a
yeah.
kid, and then because she's in shape already and probably will keep working out when she has the kid, when she actually has the kid, she'll go right back
I
to where she
already
was
know.
anyway.
Yeah.
I already know that Claudia's literally like gonna pop that baby out and snap right back, like probably within a week.
Whoa.
Week. All right, can we go to the next voicemail?
Yeah, let's go. Okay. Oh, by the way, when you guys leave voicemails, try to keep them under 1 minute, because when they're really long, I'm less likely to tap on them. Just saying.
Hi, my name is Mustafa. I am from Pennsylvania, and I wanted to call in just to ask you guys all a question. Specifically, like, the kids, what exactly was, like, your favorite high school?
Your what? Your what?
They're asking who's your favorite kid, basically.
They're asking me?
Yeah, Mustafa wants to know who your favorite kid is.
Why do we always get that question? Why do you guys always ask me that?
You laughed like Goofy.
I think, Mom, you've answered that like 100 times.
Yeah, what do I
They've
say?
got a lot
What
from
do I say?
Pennsylvania.
What is my answer?
can't pick one.
I don't have a favorite.
I can't pick. Even
There you
though.
go.
They're all my
we all know it's Kennedy. We can move
No,
on.
actually,
Yeah,
I
true.
would say it's Brandon. Something about mother.
Well, yeah, because you moved
Something about
away.
No. Something about mothers and their firstborn sons.
I don't have a favorite. I love you all so much.
favorite.
That's literally what she says every time.
Yeah,
I
and
tell
guess
her
what,
that too. I'm
Dakota?
like, I could never pick.
Dakota, we both know that she has
Yeah.
a favorite.
No.
Yeah, she told me who it is. Don't worry. I'll let you know.
Well, I know.
No, I didn't,
know.
and I never would.
I would say she probably, because we're the. Never mind. Let's just not get into it.
First of all, let me just say this: when parents actually answer that question, I'm appalled. I can't believe that parents actually answer that. And I've heard people.
No, I don't
answer,
actually think.
Yeah, she's my favorite. I'm like,
I mean,
How?
they're being honest.
I don't actually
so.
think
How
Mom
can they
has
do
a
that?
favorite, but I do think
No, I
we're
don't.
the most similar. So we have always had a deep connection.
we definitely do.
That's what I
have a
wasn't
deep
even. I wasn't
connection.
even saying anything. I'm just being honest.
when I was younger, my dad used to tell me I was his favorite little boy.
it all makes sense now, Dakota.
Right.
My name was gonna be Chaz. My mom really wanted a boy.
Well, thank God it's not.
And yeah, and I was a little tom girl when I was younger. I mean, obviously, because of the way I dress and stuff.
Yeah.
But and then I shaved my head off one time.
Your
all
head
my,
off.
all my hair off.
Bald?
Not bald. I told you.
remember
It was like
I don't remember.
like way shorter than Brandon's.
Oh my God.
It was almost like a
When you
military
say
cut.
shaved it off, I'm thinking like a buzz cut.
It was all buzz.
Well, then I remember I told Brandon one time he was being bad, and I said, I'm going to take you to the funny farm. And that's where you grow pig ears and pigtails. And he started crying because he thought I was serious. And I was like,
Well,
I'm
it's
kidding.
crazy when you're a kid. You know so little about the world that anything
You
seems
just
real.
believe
Like, and I
people.
remember that feeling of being like, maybe it is possible. Like, I don't know. I've never been outside
I
of this
don't
area.
want a pigtail and I don't want pig ears.
No, the worst.
I'm like, oh.
The worst was when it was like the night before Christmas, and I was excited, so I couldn't go to sleep. And then I walked downstairs. I'd peek downstairs, and I saw them wrapping all the presents. And that's when I knew I was like, Santa's not real.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
no.
believe-
Little brat.
I
I
fucking
didn't-
caught your ass.
I didn't even believe in Santa at all ever because Brandon found that out so early, and then so like I was like born into knowing that Santa was fake. And you know what?
even trick her.
My
Good
elementary
experiences.
school, my elementary school best friend, she was so certain that Santa was real that we got in a fight about it. And I was like,
Oh,
I was
no.
like, Santa's not real. Like I've known this my entire life.
Oh my God.
And she was like, my dad literally promised me that he's real. And I was like, well, your dad's a liar.
Wasn't she like a really like buttoned up
I know who
Christian
she's
family?
talking
She was
about.
from like
I
a
don't think she was
really
Christian.
buttoned up Christian family. Yeah.
No, I don't think she was.
I think she was. They seem pretty religious.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, on to the next one.
It's really funny, though.
Hi, my name is Mustafa. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I want to call in really quickly.
That's the same one.
No, it's the same person. Different questions.
Oh, good for him.
Just to ask you the question, I kind of want to know, like, specifically, what was your personal favorite memory from high school, and, like, how was your high school experience, like, overall? Did you guys enjoy it? Like, do you miss it? Like, I just want to know, how you guys feel about that? Thank you.
Okay. Basically, what's your favorite high school experience?
Mine? Whose? Who? Oh. Oh, my God.
I don't have.
I know, right?
Okay. My favorite one is, oh God, there was so many, but there was one specific one where we were in chemistry class and we were able to make alcohol, but our teacher didn't. He thought we were making something else, but my group was like, we're gonna make alcohol because there
Walter
was like
White over here.
something. Yeah, there was some kind of concoction that we did, and then we poured it into a bottle and I snuck it into my bag, and I drank it all day at school. And then I went home with a massive headache. But that was just so much fun that we were like making alcohol.
Wait, how did you make alcohol?
Yeah,
Like,
really.
I don't
How did you
remember what
trust
we
them?
did. We were like, I don't remember what we did, but however it was, my friend said, we're only one step away from making alcohol. And I was like, really? And like that
I
intrigued
feel like
me.
you were one of those kids in high school who do like whippets. Like,
Yes.
like
No, I
if those
didn't do
existed
that.
when you were younger. You're like,
I
yeah,
didn't
I'll
do
try
that.
whippets.
No, I didn't like that. But I would smoke weed and just be like, yeah.
Mom, alcohol.
There was one more time. Can I just say one more?
one more. You got
There was
more.
one more, and this is so funny. It was one of my really good friends. She decided to skip class with me, and we went into my stupid little Chevette, and we smoked weed in there to the point where you couldn't see us. It was like cloudy inside, and I'm looking, and I'm like, "Oh, there's somebody walking towards us, and she looks out. She goes, "Oh my God, that's the teacher that I cut my class." And I was like, so she crawls down underneath of the dashboard, and I'm just like sitting there, and he's walking by, and he's like looking in. I mean, he knocked on the window, and I was like, Johnny, you got to get up and open the door. You got to open the window. She opens it. All the smoke starts going out, and she opens it like this much. She's like, yeah. He's like, I see you in there. Did you cut my class? She was like, yeah. He was like, don't do it again. See ya.
Okay, what a G.
And left. That was it. I was like,
Like that's so nice of him.
so
I
nice.
feel like the student-teacher relationship back in your day was completely
Oh my God.
different than
he
this.
was probably
Yeah.
going to his car to smoke weed
Literally,
too.
I was so
Yeah.
deeply terrified of all of my teachers, even when they weren't terrifying. I was like so scared of a teacher not liking me.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I did not
Dad
care.
went to a Catholic school, so all the teachers were nuns and priests. And if you did something wrong, the nun would like beat the shit out of you with a ruler.
Gee. Oh yeah, they did
Like,
do that
hit
back
you
in
in
the
the
day.
head.
Terrible. I
Yeah.
can't believe now you'll just go to prison
Yeah.
for
Now
abuse.
you can't even like poke a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you can still poke kids in private school.
Dad used to turn
Brandon,
people
you
upside down
shouldn't
and
be
put them in the
able
toilet, he
to. You
said.
shouldn't even be able to do
Jesus.
more than poke a kid. Why are you acting like we should be able to beat kids in school?
I mean, some kids need to be
Well,
slapped.
they need to go to special schools for their behavior.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't slap a kid. Some kids theoretically deserve to be slapped, but don't slap a kid. Okay.
Yeah. No
Okay,
slapping.
let's do one more.
Unless they really deserve it.
Wait, no, you guys didn't answer your stuff.
I don't have one, and I
Your
don't
high
You go.
school.
particularly like that question.
My life started after high school. So
Yeah, good high school
I
one?
literally
No,
blocked
I have
out.
Oh my God, I have so many.
Yeah, I blocked out high school. I hung out with all the like emo kids and kept a low profile.
I was the only
I
one
know
that had fun.
exactly what kind of person Dakota was in high school.
That's funny.
Yeah,
You have nothing.
I didn't dress like them. Well, I didn't wear all
That's
black.
so
but
sad.
it's not. They're
this
not
is so
them.
nerdy, but my favorite times were either when it like snowed or the
When
or
you got to stay home.
or like the heat broke and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, we can't like freeze you
Yeah,
guys
that's
out
the
right now, so
thing.
you get to go.
I have such a mediocre like high school experience where I just like kept to myself so much, and I also was literally every single year had a new health issue to deal with. So that's all I was focused on.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes me sad that you guys don't.
I don't
have anything.
care.
I could name a whole bunch more, but I won't.
My life,
Yeah, I
my
don't
life
care
got.
I was
high
I was an NPC in high school.
I wasn't, but
What?
non-player character.
Oh, that's the guards.
I didn't know.
Wait,
what
is that a guard?
An NPC is
What-
basically like in your Harry Potter game, the people who you get the missions from. The
I don't know.
side
That's what
quests.
they're called.
They're called non-player characters, so they're important characters, but they're not like they're like computer characters.
They're deterministic.
Well, I don't think you can compare it to our game because they're all very important quests.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're still deterministic. I'm just saying I was determined. Like everything was I could have predicted
I get it.
everything. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
That sucks, guys. What? Sorry, you couldn't have gone to high school with me
Yeah, well,
Well, back in the day, it would have probably been a lot more fun
back
than
in
it
the
was.
day.
Yeah, back.
Back in the day.
You know.
I know.
okay. I'm just gonna pull out a part of this question because this is a multi-question question. Okay. Okay. If you guys were to if you were to invite somebody for a dinner party besides friends and family members, who would it be? Any living or non-living?
Taylor
person.
Swift. Taylor Swift. I have about
busy.
50 loaded questions. I have about 50 loaded questions that I want to ask Taylor Swift, and she's probably
I'm
the
just
only
curious.
person.
What's the number one question you would ask Taylor Swift?
I don't have a number one. They're all very important and they're very specific, so you wouldn't even understand.
What's the
any of
first
them.
one that comes to your mind?
I'm not telling you.
It's gonna be like, what did this lyric mean in this song?
No,
Is that what it is?
No, you don't know. It's not none of your business.
Are these like deep personal questions?
Well, they're for her. They're not for you.
Why are you dating a football player and not me?
No, I don't want to date her.
Yeah, will you be my friend? Will you be my friend? Okay, Mom.
I literally don't know. No, because no.
Donald Trump.
No. I'd be like, I would just say to him, like, man, good job on turning your head that quick. Seriously, it's amazing.
On that note, we'll see you guys next time. Call the number in the description down below and leave a voicemail. Keep it under 1 minute and don't make it about us.
And tell us about yourself.
And tell us about yourself. Ask us.
Ask for advice.
Yeah,
Mm.
we want to get to know you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.